Okay, so I'll mute all the volumes so that we can have silence. Okay, so like we said, I'm sure you can see my screen. There are different hosting companies. I'm sure those that do or have heard or have had cause to interact with someone to design a website for you before, you would have seen a couple of them mention this hosting company. So in Nigeria, we have Google Hosts, we have Web for Africa, we have smartweb.com.ng, whogohost.com.ng, webforafrica.ng, and smartweb.com.ng. These are Nigerian, these are African hosting companies and providers. We have a lot of popular ones abroad, GoDaddy.com, we have Namecheap.com, we have some people use InMotion. So now hosting companies, a lot of even our Nigerian hosting companies, we know that the servers are not here. They are probably maybe a reseller of one of these providers abroad. But for easy access and help at an early stage, I usually advise that you can use any of these hosting companies. So you compare their prices and then you buy from any of them. But let me use let's use Web for Africa, or let's use Smart Web. Let's use Smart Web for an example. So hosting, you remember during the training, I told you that you needed to know the difference between domain name and hosting. So you see that they have the hosting here, they have domains here. So whether you want to buy hosting, there are different hosting plans. Technically, start with the Linux shared hosting is the most used, and they are usually affordable. Why they are called shared hosting is because they have a server that they've shared among multiple users. So that's why it's affordable. But when you want your own server to yourself, you either go for a VPS hosting or a dedicated server. These ones are usually very expensive. It's not advisable when you're not running a very big project. So a WAEC, for instance, or Jamb website, I'd expect that they'll be using dedicated server. So you can see this particular dedicated server is saying that you pay 114,000 naira per month. This is very high. VPS are smaller versions of dedicated server. What dedicated server actually means, it means that they would have a system dedicated to you. It will be in their cloud server. But your system, and this is the spec, it takes only advanced developers to know how to system the server that you want to run and a lot of things. As for the VPS is like saying they have a server and they will probably share it among 4 or 10 people, not too many people. But the shared hosting, which is the server where we want to buy for simple websites. Most of all the websites, most organization, corporate companies, they use this shared hosting. So this shared hosting is telling you that you can find shared hosting for as low as 3,500 naira per year. This because of the competition and because things get better over the years. Usually, some years ago, the least hosting you will find would be maybe like 10 to 15,000 naira. But that's just hosting. Hosting does not mean that you've got to the website. So now, among all the shared hosting, there's 4.5, there's 8.5, there's 15,000, there's 20,000, there's 23,000. So what's the difference between them is usually stated here. So this one has a 10 gig disk space. This one has a 20 gig disk space. This has a 50 gig disk space, 100 gig disk space, and the rest. So when you finish designing your website, you will know the kind of space that you want. At our level now, as starters, you definitely will be working with this first plan, because if you look at the website you design that day, Alidor construction. These are all the files inside. If I highlight everything and check the file size, it's showing 10 MB. 10 MB is not even up to 1 gig. It takes 1000 MB, 1024 MB to make 1 gig. So if you are buying a server of 10 gig, it means that you still have a whole lot of space. So what do you use those kind of space for? That is where your emails, once you have a website, you can create customized emails. You can use it as a backup for other things. And as people visit your website, the more they send you mail, the more you receive emails, the more you'll be eating into this disk space. Let me show you an example of how you can tell the kind of disk space you have. Like this is a control panel. We'll come back to this one. This is the disk space of my control panel for a website called alidorhost.com. We'll be using alidorhost.com as an example for our training class today. So at the moment, I've used 1.63 gig. So if it were to be 10 gig, that is the disk space that is allocated to me. I'll know how many files I've utilized. So here you can here you can tell where most of your space I've gone into. So here it's telling me that files in hidden subdirectory I've used 600 and something. This particular folder I've used 980 something MB. My SQL database is using 26 MB. So if I had email addresses, it would tell me that my email account here is using about 0.6 something MB. I've not been using this as an for email. So that's why. So some servers now, they can tell you that, oh, you've used 5 gig. Your email boxes have used 5 gig. So the more emails, most time when somebody sends you an email, you can send you an attachment. All those things are what are stored on your server. So those are what makes up the space that you want to buy. So for now, like I said, this 4,500 naira plan is very sufficient. So if I click buy now, meaning that I want to buy this hosting, the next thing the system, their website will probably ask is, okay, this hosting that you want to buy, choose a domain name for it. So I'll leave it that I want to register a new domain. The other options are for those that already have their domain somewhere else, but let's just stick to what we know. So let's say I want to register a website for, let me see, let me look for someone's name. Yes, let's say I want to design a website for Gabriel Adebayo. It'll be easy for me to say Gabriel Adebayo, then whether it's .com, .ng, I'll choose among all the available extensions. Check is to register. So if it's available, it will tell me it's available. If it's not available, I'll get a different message. So say congratulations. Gabriel Adebayo.com is available. Continue to register this domain for 3,900. Now, the domain name 3,900, over time, domain names usually don't change in price. It's between $10 to $13, $14. So our dollar rate is what determines the final price. Same thing with all this hosting. There's a way Naira will appreciate depending on how we perform. So here I'm satisfied. I want that particular domain name. I just continue, but you have to add it because you have to choose the option. So we have other extensions if you're interested in them. So now this one tells you that, well, you want to add your domain name to your already 4,500 you accept. You can ignore all these dedicated IP stories. So once you're satisfied, you click continue. It tells you, yes, the domain name is there and it has hosting. You don't have to add all these things. Now, DNS management is not something that you want to worry yourself about. These are advanced I won't say engineering, but these are advanced developer tools. So ID protection is if you don't want somebody to know your you are the one registering it. So for instance, there's a website called whois.com. When I want to know who registered a particular website, I go to whois.com and I choose the whois option. So here, if I've come across a website called oluwatoyoseabikoye.com and I search, I want to know who registered this website. It tells me that oluwatoyoseabikoye.com was registered on the 30th of April. It brings out the details. Now you can see this domain registrar privacy guide is showing some USA details. It's not giving me the email. It's saying that there's a privacy guardian on this. It's because when they were registering it, they chose the ID protection. The owner of the website does not want them to know where the website was registered. But when you look at website like Tech Top Tech, this is one of our clients, it will tell you that, well, this website was registered in on the 30th April 2013. It was last updated 30th for 2020. It expires 30th for 2021. And okay, this is a similar case. Let me look for a popular website that we can easily engage with. Let me try this other one. Okay, for instance, there's a website called gna.com.ng. It's telling us that the website was registered at 38 Adelabu Road off, and the person who registered it, this is his email, this is the name of the registrar. So this is what a website that was registered without hiding the ID looks like. So you also want to ignore that one unless you know, people like Sahara reporters now, when they register their domain at the early stage, if they didn't want people to know how to find them, you won't leave your name and address and all those things during registration. So this way now is telling me that the total amount that I'm to pay for that website is 8,400 naira. This will be renewed annually, 8,500 naira annually. So it means that if I register this website now, by this time next year, I'll have to pay 8,500 naira. So now for this kind of website, you can charge your client 20,000 naira. That's like the minimum I charge for hosting. So because you are still going to host the website, this is just registration. You register the domain for the person, you register. So when you are giving your clients a bill, let me show you an example of how this invoices usually look like. So if somebody asks me, I need a website, this, that, you've told me what you want. So our invoice would look, these are invoices for, let me look for the one that has to do with website. I hope this, no, that one is not for a website. Okay, let's see. This for some. Now, the reason why you must charge for hosting separately is because that is where your renewal comes in. So this particular client, then his website design was 72.5. We had discussed and negotiated and agreed that the total amount we pay is about 100 and something. So when I send the invoice, I deliberately break it down, like the domain name registration and hosting is 30,000 naira. Logo design and branding is strengthened because they didn't have a logo. We had to worry about them. And then we did their complimentary card. Now the point is, I charged him 30,000 naira I charge this company 30,000 naira for domain name and hosting. So it means that the next year, when it's time for their domain to expire, because you registered it, you'll be getting the reminder. The hosting company will send you a reminder. The reminder will look similar to, let me show you. I think I got a reminder for a website that is expiring this week. So usually, so this is an example. Hello Lumide, the following domains would expire on the 25th of June 2020. So as it is now, this particular client that I designed this website for, I'll just send him a reminder and an invoice telling him that, man, your website is expired, your website is due for renewal on the 25th of June. So the hosting companies usually send enough reminder, like a month to the expiration date itself, so that the client that you are going to be disturbing for renewal would also have enough time to raise the money. So you can't tell somebody today that his website is expiring. If he doesn't have the cash, it becomes a lot of companies will see you as not being professional. So you mean that if some will even tell you to renew, they will pay you back, they will pay you later, depending on the kind of relationship that you have with them. So now domain name and hosting. Now I have friends that they will tell you, when they tell you that how much will you design the website, hosting and everything, they can bill you 100K. But the person will not tell you that I'm on the website is small, or just how much the website. The person can write website design 30,000 naira. Now tell you domain name registration and hosting 70,000 naira, because he knows by this time next year is that 70,000 naira he wants to be collecting. But it's out. It's I won't say fraud, but it's outright cheating your clients when you know that what it actually costs is not up to 10,000 naira. So usually, like this Suzerain, this particular hosting company, we provided a bigger space for them. But normally it's 30,000 naira for company. Maybe if I'm doing it for an individual, I can do 20,000 naira. But if I'm to do it for a friend, say, man, I can just tell you that, okay, go and bring 10,000 naira. So depending on how much you want to charge, but it's always good to keep a standard, so you don't confuse your clients or even if the client goes and tell you that I checked the website and the hosting, everything is not more than 8,000 for you, say, hey, go and pay. Will you, because the person can pay and not hold, would he be able to hold the site himself? No. He can pay and send you the username and password. Some clients feel comfortable paying for their domain name. They don't want to leave it in the hands of a web designer. So a client can tell you that I've already paid. So the client will give you the username and the password for the control panel. Now, how do you manage such clients? It's simple. Someone tells you that you've designed a website for him. He has paid. If you've charged him for websites 80,000, you've collected your money. Once he gives you username and password, you upload the website. It means that the renewal headache is with him. So he can't call you and tell you that he woke up one day, the website is not open. You tell him to call the hosting company, that you're not the one that. But this one, why you are putting additional money is for the trouble, because really, if by next week the client tries to open his website and maybe he's having internet problem, his website is open, and he thinks that is your headache, he will call you that, man, I tried opening my website. He has the right to call you because he paid you. So you too, you have the right to call the hosting company. And how do you contact them? You can, once you're on the website, see, you can either chat to them, or when you log in, there's a place where you get support, submit a ticket or contact them. So once you reach out to them, if there's an issue with the server, they will fix it and get back to you. Once they get back to you, you get back to the client that, you've contacted your providers, the issues with the website have been resolved. They can now continue. So you check out, once you're satisfied, all you need to do is to enter your name, your email address, blah, 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 blah. Choose your payment type, debit card or InterSwitch. I have read. Once you click complete order, it shows you a page where you make your payment, and voila, your website will be live. Now, once you complete the payment, you get an email similar to this. The hosting provider, because I think I registered a website for someone yesterday, day before yesterday. Was it? Yes. Yeah, I think it was Friday. Yes. So this website, look at it. It looks similar to this. They'll send you an email telling you that below is your account details. But because of security reasons, I won't show you the account details part. So this the mail they'll send to you with the username and password to the server, right? Now, once you have access to the server, and once you have access to the control panel, it looks similar to this. So what they would have sent you is that, your website. So this is the website we want to use as example. You can see it, Aledai host. There's nothing here. This is what it means. If I click /cpanel, /cpanel is the link they would have sent to you. Control panel is what cPanel actually means. This is where you now enter the username and password that has been sent to you for your website. So now once you gain access into your cPanel, it looks similar to what we have here. So in your cPanel, two things we want to do with control panel. One is to upload our website. Now, remember this example that we have here. This is the classwork that we did. Muiwa has helped us convert all the pages to web. Oh, okay, no. Sorry, this is not it. Muiwa has helped us convert the website into. Sorry about that. He has helped us convert the website into pages. So this is the website that we had for classwork, home, about us. You know, the remaining pages have been done by Muiwa services, project, you know, and contact us. So this is the website that we have on our system that we have done, and we want to host it. This is the folder of the website. This is your control panel. All you need to do is to come to File Manager. File Manager is where is the tool you use in managing your files. Under File Manager, you choose public_HTML. What this public_HTML actually means is where the files that you want people to be able to access from your website. If you don't see public_HTML, you can see www folder. In some control panel, you see www folder. This is where we want to upload our website. I click on upload. Now, these are the pages of our website. I just highlight everything. I zip it. Now, why I'm compressing it is so that all of them can move as a unit. So this is the zip file. All these things are inside here now. I come to this part of the page and I upload it. So we just wait for the website files to move to the server. So I'm uploading the website files. So once it's complete, you can close this one. You come back to this place. So this is the folder we just uploaded. I right click and extract. Extract, meaning that I want it to extract the content of the file. So now the content of the file has been extracted into the folder. So this is the file. So what this means is if I visit, remember when we first visited Aledoy host, it showed something different. If I visit it now, aledoyhost.com, and I press enter, what we get to see now is the website. You can see that it's loading. It's the website that we just uploaded. The reason why it's a bit slow is because now it's no more on my system, it's on the server. So it's trying to load the website from aledoyhost.com. I think the internet is okay. So now the pages are loading, you know, and that's why you have the images coming out bit in bits. So this way you can see that the website has been moved to the live server. So if I click about us, it's now showing aledoy.com/about us. When it was on my system, remember when if it's on my system, what you'll be seeing here is the location that it is on my system. And because it's on my system, it moves faster. Why? Because it's on my local system. But for you to run it on the live server, because it's not on my system, it takes a while. It's loading because it's pulling the details from the server. This particular server is somewhere in the USA. So you should know that irrespective of your location in the world, your website would display. So this is the steps that you take to host your website. When you're done with your pages on your local system, when you want to take it to the live server, like we just did for aledoyhost.com, that's it. Now, the second thing I want to show you is that, you know, when you create a website and you have your control panel, it's important to know that you have access to create any email at your domain.com. It comes with your website plan, aledoihost.com. So if I decide to create an email now and I want to call it charles@aledoi.com, I go to that part where I just click now, email account, and you create a new email. So here I've already created info, I've created newsletter. I want to create a new one. So I just click on create and I say Charles. So anywhere I can give you, I give it the password that I feel I want to use. I can set the space. I can leave it as unlimited. So long as I still have space on my server, it should keep receiving mail. The 250 MB is to give an allocation. I can share it. If I have to create email address for 10 staff, I want each of them to have 200 MB, so I can quickly know which person has exhausted the space, and we can manage the server that way. So I just created an email called charles@aledoihost.com. So usually when you create website like that, with the username and password, you can configure it on your phone anywhere. If you can configure it on Outlook, because that's what we do. So here on my Outlook, I have my lou@aledoi.com. I have my other emails, lou@cleansheet.com. I have a website at my.com.ng because I own my .com.ng website. Cleansheet.com as well is still here. So the thing is, if I have to access this email on the system, it's just straightforward. You say aledoihost.com/webmail. Webmail is a popular cPanel app that comes with any website that is built with cPanel. So here I'll enter Charles @aledoihost.com, and I enter the password. Voila. So I'm in. So it means that using that name, charles@aledoi.com, I've created. So here it's just because this is my first time of logging in, I can choose to log in using different software. And there's Roundcube, there's Horde. I always prefer to use this Horde anyway. And I click to move into it. So this is where my email account is. So there's a default email that has dropped telling me that, well, cPanel, I created this email with cPanel. So if I want to send an email to somebody, now I can send an email to lou@aledoi.com. I can send an email to lou@yahoo.com with the subject testing Charles's email. And I drop the body of my message here as I wish. And I send this mail. So this mail, I've sent mail to lou@aledoi.com and lou@yahoo.com. So that way, if I refresh my Outlook, because this is where my Lou email drops, and I go to check my Yahoo mail, you can see the mail, charles@aledoihost.com. So this is the mail Charles sent to me, and I can actually read and respond to him, say mail received. So Charles obviously would have configured his domain email on his phone or any comfortable device or method he wishes to use to receive his mail. Those that use Gmail, they tend to let's say mail received. Those that use Gmail, some of them can configure their domain into their Gmail such that when they log into their Gmail, any mail they send from there. So if I have to check my mailbox, I just refresh. The mail hasn't dropped. So anyways, once the mail dropped, this is where the mail would appear. I'll just give it a minute. So this is how you upload your website. If there's a correction, because sometimes you might want to do a correction, you're not on your system where you designed the web page. So let's say this contact us. This is the contact us of the website. And the client said, no, we don't use info@aledoiconstruction.com. Now our email is inquiries@aledoiconstruction.com. I just go back to my contact us page, which is the page where the client has said I should make that correction. Sorry, I've not opened my Visual Code earlier today. Okay, so while I locate where the email address is, I say inquiries. I'm satisfied. You know, I've checked it out on my system. This is on my system. You can see the URL is showing my system. Okay, it has changed. But now to quickly make sure that it changes on the live server, I go back to my cPanel. This is the file I want to change. I mean, the location where it is. I click on upload. I go and browse for the file, or I drag it here like I prefer to do. So I look for so I'm only uploading the contact us. I don't have to upload all the entire pages again because the correction I made was just on the contact us. If I come back to the aledoy.com/contact us page and I refresh this page again, the correction has been made. You know, if you are not where your system is and you quickly needed to make that correction, you can also right click here on the server. You are making a correction on the live server. You right click and you edit. Once you click on edit, it shows you your code in a similar editor. You scroll down to where you want to make the changes, you know, and you make your changes and save changes. That way, your corrections have been made. So, guys, I'll just unmute so that we can take questions before we move to WordPress. Designing your website with WordPress. So, any question?
Yeah, hello, Mr. Do.
All right, that's Benjamin, right? Yes.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
12:30 a.m. midnight.
Go on. Okay, Benjamin. Okay, that was Benjamin. I wanted to ask the question. I guess it's Mr. John. Hello, Oga John.
Mr. Lou.
Okay, you're the one I
Yes,
wanted
good
to ask the
afternoon.
question. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, the last thing you just said now, though, like I told you
Okay.
before, we are going to follow it little by little. But the last thing you just said now sounds somehow with me, because if I can edit that contact me page from any other system, it then means an intruder can as well add something on my website too.
Okay. So the thing is, before the person can have access to it, he must know the password to your cPanel. So it means that what I mean is that I might not be with my system. There's a username and password. Let me log out. Let me log this out. Let me close this one. Close this one. So this is this control panel. So usually, you know, sometimes your clients, anybody can just tell you, Oga, we have printed our complimentary card. People that are visited, or we did a campaign. People that are visiting our website, the phone number on the website is not correct. We need you to change it now. Okay. And you are not at home where your system is, or you are in their office. No, you can just quickly go to the cPanel of the website. So the cPanel, that's the control panel, is the name of the website.com/cPanel. Anywhere. But the system will first ask you, Mr. Man, identify yourself. So you enter the username. It's you that know that once you're done making your correction, you must log out. You can't leave it open on another person's system. Sorry.
Okay.
So that's what.
Okay, there's a password.
There's a yes. You'd always have to access it with a password. Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
So it's when you've logged in, you have access to the file manager. You go to your public_HTML and work on the file. So another thing that you need to also know
Okay.
is that anytime you make a change on your server, if I go out now and I use somebody's system to make a change on a website, on the contact us, by the time I get home, I must go and make that change on my system, or I download the file that I made the changes on, which is this one. Let's say I make a change on this contact us. When I get home, I must go to the server and download it. So once I download it, so I've downloaded only the contact us, I can now copy it and go and put it inside my folder. So it replaces, because sometimes as designers, we make mistakes. We've corrected something on the server. We now go back home. Then one day we do something else somewhere else. We now upload everything again. We now go and upload the one that is not correct and go and overwrite the one that you've corrected. You understand? So you must always, as much as possible, avoid making the corrections on the live server. Always make your correction on your system, because your system server has the backup of that file. Then move it to the live server.
Okay.
But if you must work directly from the live server, that's why I showed you that other option.
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Mr. Lu? Yes, though I'm not trying to drag it back, but I want to ask you something, because I encountered issues, like I asked you yesterday, I encountered issues trying to bring a picture into the code. So
okay.
Is there supposed to be a particular size of picture that beyond that size you cannot upload?
You cannot bring into your web page. No, there's nothing like that. You can bring in any picture. If the picture is too big, you now have to set a width and a height for it in your code.
I mean the picture file itself.
Yeah, unless the picture is not JPEG. It has to be either JPEG, GIF, or PNG.
You know why I'm asking you?
Okay, sir.
Because I tried to bring in some pictures, I could not. I had to go and bring a smaller picture. And when I used that same system, I tried to bring the bigger picture. It now entered, but that other bigger picture refused to enter.
What is the? Are you on your system now, or your phone?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay, you know what? Anytime you're on your system,
the system, the picture is about 3,000 megabyte, three. How do they even call that thing? 3,000 something by 2,000 something.
Okay, that's 3,000 pixels. It doesn't mean that it will come in. It might just be bigger than your entire screen, but it will still come in. It has no reason why it wouldn't show. What we'll do is after the training, when you're on your system, you can just call me. Then we can zoom and share our screen. Then I'll see the kind of support I can give you there.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
So any other question, guys?
Yeah, Mr. Lu.
Hello. Yeah, that's Mr. Agbomabiwon.
I want to quickly ask you this one. Well done, sir. I want to ask you, while you are building your website with, what's it called, WordPress. Using WordPress, you actually said you don't need much code.
Yeah.
There is a shortcut. There's a way in order for you to build a website without using the bootstraps, whatever, and the CSS, and HTML. So while you build your website, you've completed your website with what's it called, WordPress, and you've uploaded it on your server. Is there any way, while you're trying to make connection now, you went to the code in order for you to add the contact us? Will it automatically be code on your website? That's what I want to ask. And if there's going to be code, in case if you are not too perfect, you didn't master that code of the thing, is there a way you can make connection on your website with WordPress?
In WordPress, yes. WordPress, WordPress, the way you'll be making correction on your website with WordPress is like Microsoft Word. We'll get to WordPress now, so you see. You just go back to the page where the correction needs to be done. And you're not doing WordPress locally. WordPress, you will install it, you work live. You're not doing anything on your system with WordPress. You'll be working directly on the server. So you must be on the internet while you are correcting or editing your website with WordPress.
Okay. So there won't be code.
Are you afraid of code, sir? Let's forward. Don't worry, you would not necessarily have to write. If you find the perfect thing that you want to use for WordPress, you don't necessarily have to write code. Being able to write code is an added advantage. You understand? As much as possible, there'll be minimal places where you would use code with WordPress.
Okay.
You can build. Those that use WordPress, they can build like 5 websites, and you will not necessarily have to go and type code anywhere.
Okay.
If they find the perfect thing, they want template they want to use.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
I know someone else. Yeah. Someone else wanted to ask a question. Are they?
I'm with you. No question, sir.
Okay. All right. No, Allah. So let's just move straight to using WordPress. I'll mute all. Okay. So first I'll delete everything that I have here because we want to use the same website, the same server. So if I delete everything now, aledoihost.com. So if I delete everything, by the time we visit aledoihost.com, it becomes blank again, meaning that there's no file there. So now, WordPress, the installer, WordPress is like a PHP content management system. WordPress initially, the purpose of WordPress was used to be creating blog. When you want to create your blog, that's what WordPress was designed for. But over the years, the people who built WordPress started improving WordPress such that you can do much more than a blog. You can almost do any kind of website with WordPress. So some people I know people who don't write codes to build their websites. They just master all the new tips and tricks with WordPress. But the difference between WordPress and writing your code from scratch is just creativity. The ability to have full control over your code. That's one. 2, WordPress, your client might require that you use WordPress for them. Why? Because maybe your client knows how to use WordPress. He used to blog before. So when he tells you, "Oh, help me do my site with WordPress," because he wants a situation where once you're done, he can manage and be updating his website by itself. WordPress has a lot of advantages over writing your code from scratch. Beyond control and creativity, WordPress has a lot of edge. It's faster, and you can finish the website. If you find your perfect thing, you can finish the website in 2 hours, a complete website. Someone like me said, can finish a complete website in 30 minutes. Once I find the perfect thing. So now, once you get your username and password from your hosting company, you scroll down. You would always find WordPress Manager somewhere here. You either find it here or this Softalicious apps installer. So, but because they use WordPress a lot, they usually bring logo is even still here. So it means that if you go here, you can find the WordPress, but it's always outside, sitting down under applications. So now WordPress Manager helps you install WordPress. I have a lot of other WordPress running in some subfolders. That's why you are saving this. But naturally, you shouldn't meet anything here. So it's you that now want to create a new website. You click on new. The system will ask you, oh, you want to create new on Aledoy host. Is it aledoyhost.com/something? I can take out the whatever and say, no, I just want it to sit directly on Aledoy host. Okay, what's the username you want to give the admin? Now, because when you want to create WordPress, you need to set up the admin. The admin is where you would use to manage the website. So I want to set up the admin. I give it a username called admin, setting the password. will ask you which email address you want to use. This one is just in case I forget my password. I can use it for password recovery. It tells you where to set up the database, and I install. Okay, we've installed a. Okay, let's just create a subdirectory. Let's just create a sub directory for the WordPress. Let me uninstall the one that is there. Sorry, let me just uninstall the one we have there, then we install it. Okay, so I'm going back to. I had installed WordPress before, so that was creating a conflict. So now I say new site. So the same way, I'm just installing it here. I always like to use the show advanced. That way you can type your username by yourself, password. So once I'm satisfied, I click install. So the WordPress is installing. So once the installation is complete, it will tell you you can access the site on. Oh, sorry, I don't want it to sit. I want it to sit on the Aledoi host directly. I don't know why it gave you that option again. Install. I was supposed to take this out. Admin. Okay, so now the WordPress has installed. If I come back to our ledoihost.com and I refresh, it changes to this. This is an evidence that you installed the WordPress successfully. Oh, this is my WordPress site. This is like a default content that WordPress is putting on your website. So now, how do we now beautify this website? Remember that we are designing a website for a construction company. So to access the admin, this is the administrator end where you now use to manage your website. You write the name of the website.com/WP admin. The full meaning of WP is WordPress, WordPress admin. So the username and password is, the username we created is admin, the password is Aledoi101 exclamation. So I say admin and I log in. So now I have logged in successfully into the WordPress. This is the WordPress application. This is where you'd have to log in and manage your website. Just a second. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
We can hear you. Yeah.
You can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
WordPress, the first thing you do when you land into the WordPress environment is to go and look for your theme. That's the template you want to use for your website. And where you can find that is appearance. That's the first thing you do. You go to your appearance, you go to themes.
Hello, Mr. Hello? Hello, Mr. Lou.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can hear you. Hello? Hello?
Just go on with your question.
Okay. So somebody can, is it that somebody cannot log into the WordPress without having a domain?
You need to have a domain hosted. You can do WordPress on your local system, but the process is very, very, very difficult. It's not difficult. The process is complex. One, there are some software you now need to install. Then when you install the software, you now need to install a local server because the thing runs on the server.
Okay.
You need to install a local server so that WordPress can run. And not everybody's system would be optimized to run a local server. So that's why it's advisable that you test your WordPress on a live server. For those that have been very serious with this class, if you are very interested in WordPress, you want to master it, I can create a WordPress account for each of you on a live server when you're ready to practice the WordPress.
Okay.
So I'll give you on this Aledore host. I can do aledorehost.com/John. Then install the WordPress there. So you can be practicing aledorehost.com/John. You see your website, the admin. So any changes you are making, you'll be seeing it. You'll be seeing it there. I have a secret. Can you all hear me?
Yes,
so yeah.
I have a secret. This class, there are some of our participants that they don't want stories. So instead of them to be in their house and be receiving this training, they will drive down to my house. They will be in the parlor. I'll be in the room running the training. Then when I finish, anything that they've forgotten, they can't remember. They will make sure that before they go home, I teach them. So people have been doing class after class in this place. So and they are the ones that have been advising how I should take some of these ideas. So I know that I'll have to create the account because they too are concerned about this part. So I'll create the account for everybody. And then depending when you are ready to do a live website for yourself, you can practice with that one.
So
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, I hear you.
Now that you're in the WordPress environment, you can you click on appearance. These themes that you have here are the themes that came with the installation. They're not what we want. For you to get more themes, you either click on add new theme here or you click on the add new button here. So I say add new. It takes me to another page where I can find much more interesting themes. So this one, I have a whole lot of themes that I can pick from. I can as well, and these themes, most of them are free. The ones that are not free, they'll give you liberty to download. Maybe there are some functionalities that are not free there. In the moment, let's say I'm looking for construction. So if typing free construction, does is it gives you different construction templates. the one that you like. So let's say I like this first one. I want to, like, maybe I should go for this one or this one. I can click on preview. Preview gives me an idea of how the website would be. But most time, WordPress, because it's a blog website, it tends to give you the blog view first. But this is the thing. This gives you an idea of, okay, well, if I do everything right, this is how the website would look like. Satisfied with that particular one, you want this one, or you want any other one, you can pick them. So let's just, for the purpose of time, make our decision fast. I'm looking for a theme that will be easy to deploy, or that goes close to our logo. But okay, let's pick on this one. Let's try this. So theme as installed, I activate because I made up my mind that this is what I want to use. So if I activate that theme, the next thing is it is added to the themes here. You can see that the one that is active. If I come and refresh my page now, you see that the interface will probably change slightly, tilting towards the look of the. Looking close to the theme that I chose. The WordPress has changed to the theme we chose, and it's choosing the blog interface because most times it believes that when you want to use WordPress, the default functionality should be the blog. So here I'm satisfied. The next thing is to go to customize. Now, for everything has its own customizing, has its own features that you customize. See, now the name of the theme is Control Light. Something came here. This is an evidence that there's something that I need to look at here. Not all of them drops a message for someone. So this one is saying how would I put it? An easy starter. Import demo of your choice. Once you choose one of the available starter, so usually what happens is some templates will tell you that since you are installing this, you need to install the content that comes with it. Default content, I wanted to load the website with the default content. That's what I believe that is telling us, meaning that this is the content that will be there. I want to import it. These are the things that we import. We will import the contact form. I should install and activate. It would import this. I should install and activate. It will install it. I start. Now, not all templates will give you the room to import default data, but this is what would help speed up your design. So while it's importing that, what it means is that if I refresh this page, once it's done importing, I guess, we'll see what it should. If I visit the website, all the components that I require has come in. So mine is to further complete the customization. So now I'm done with that. The next thing is to go to customize. What do you do with customize is there are some features that come with the website that you must clearly customize, like the title of the page, your logo, and some other items. So customize. The system tells you that upgrade to premium by now. There's some functionality that probably will work only in the premium. The customized menu that I'm seeing here will not be the same with the customized menu I would see if I pick up another thing. But generally, there are some information that are the same. It would ask you inner page title bar, background image, template color. So this is the template color. So all these places that they are orange, you know that our own color is not exactly orange. Our color is something close to red. So I want to change it so that the template will not be far away from my brand. So you see, all those places that are red have changed to orange. I go back, background color, I want to leave it as well, white. If I want a background image, I can change that here. I'll still come back to this because I don't know, I don't have an inner page yet that I'll use to confirm. So home settings. Now, it's telling me that home settings, I need to do some things. About us, this is the content, about us post, the section that is about us, you know, the template says what we do. If the caption I want to put there is different, I'll have to change it here. But there's something that I want to look out for first. So it's Aledoy construction. A sub name I can use number one construction logo from our website. So this is the logo. So the logo comes into the website. Once I'm done, I publish. This icon is all those icons that shows here on your top menu. So in case I want to use a particular, but if I refresh my page now, I see that the title has changed to Aledoy Construction. My logo has come into the page. Option that where you set your, we'll come back to menu. If our website is to have 5 pages, we have to go and first create those pages before we come and create the menu. But there's info. It's an option that gives you the liberty to switch your home page, because the home page is still using the home page that we have here is still using the blog theme. So I need to go and create the pages first. Pages. I want to create my pages. I come to all pages. I delete this one. This is just a I create the default is home. Home page would always be there. So we want to create our pages on the website that we had. Is about us, services. Yes, with WordPress is to find the theme that will be perfect for you. So sometimes you might have chosen a theme and maybe not satisfied. So let me just call this about us. The content of about us, you can just pick content from our system. Page, I'll publish. New. Publish. Different pages for the website. I come back to my appearance. I go to menu. All the pages I've created, I select them, I add them to menu. These are menu. I want them to be my primary menu. Currently, this is set to primary. I save. This page now. And the menus have appeared. If I go to About Us, it shows me About Us page with all the content. Now you see that the theme automatically puts an image. That's the image that the system was telling me to change in that place. But let's just leave it. Contact us. They are not arranged properly, and that's because under my menu, I can rearrange them. Home, About Us. I want services to come next. I want project to come next. If for instance, I want services and project to be under About Us, I move them forward a bit. It looks something like this. So the system automatically knows that there are sub menus to this one. If I save the page like this and I refresh, you see I don't have to write code for the menu. If I come to About Us, you see they just come under About Us. So under menu, I return them to be on the same line with the menu because that's how I want. I save. You said I didn't have to write one code to bring in my menu. Now this side of the page is called widgets. They always do fine for blogs. I might not want a single widget there. I might want an image, for this place. I might just want them to stay away. So under my appearance, these are sidebar. These are all the things under that widget. I can remove all of them. I don't want to see anything. There. I will say if I refresh the page, I guess they will disappear. There's no widget there. So it means that whatever I put in my page just appears in my page. But if I need an image here, for instance, let's just say I just want the way we had for our design, because this widget is called sidebar. That way I can put whatever thing I want here. I can say, oh, I just want them to have a search form. I just want them to have So all the possible things that I can put in my widget are what are appearing on this right side. But let's just leave the widgets out of this. So that is contact us and have my contact us and have a form as well by the side. How do I manage that? You know, like I said, you go back to your pages, all the pages. Now, for all the pages you have in the website, you already know how to put content there. Just come to the pages, edit it, and put it. So let me come to contact us. So I say I want to manage this address and phone number they have. About us, I paste all the content as I want them. I update this and I refresh my contact us. I'll find the content that I've pasted there. So, okay, there's too much spacing. I saw that actually. So technically, are supposed to be in the same paragraph in this WordPress. WordPress brings in a new tab entirely, whereas you can manage it with makes it a little bit. Let me share something with you with WordPress. As you use WordPress, you might want to bring in a form. Contact form comes with WordPress. It's a plugin. You either install the plugin, by searching for the plugin, or you'd validate an existing plugin. So this is a contact form plugin. It's telling you that, oh, for this particular contact form that you want to plug in, this is the code. You don't have to worry about this. It's asking you, where should you send the mail to? So for instance, if I leave my email here, say, okay, for everybody that fills the form, you should send a message to Abikoye. Every other thing around the message, thank you for your message, it has been sent. That's when they click on, when they submit the contact form. These are all the additional parameters you just fill. So this is the code, your name, text field name, your email, subject, your message that WordPress has generated. Yours is to just use it. You are not changing anything here, unless you want to change your full name. Instead of your name, you want it to be your full. Just wanted to enter their name, email, or maybe phone number. The system will know that, okay, well, he wants phone number instead of phone. Anywhere I want the form to appear, I will just copy this line of code, this code that is here. So on my contact us page, if I go back to my page, so the address and phone number and everything, I just leave this code here and update. Just you now ask me your name, your email, phone number, message. If I fill this form with my email, enter, and I submit, what the system is telling me that this message will be sent to, okay, email address is not correct. Sent without my email address that I had left in the box. So thank you for your message. Thank you for your message that has been sent. So also, if you remember, in the messages, thank you for your message, it has been sent. If I just change your message was sent, so message, I'll just the people will get when they fill the form subsequently. Successfully. So that's what those other parts of the theme does. Now, this has to do with the server because I need to confirm that everything is fine. But that functionality sends out the email wrong. It's supposed to be blue and be clear. Sorry. The cover password was wrong. And that recover password is also wrong. That's what it means. I'm sure we'll get this particular mail this time. Sean, Aredel Construction Limited. From Media because with this email, this was the body of the message. So whatever information I had entered in the body is what it sends in. So that takes care of the form part. Each template comes with its own instruction and messages. So I'm just trying to see if there's any other thing that we need to. How you manage or manage your pages with WordPress. Where image that is going to. I want to believe if we change it to this guy. Is the one that's showing as the inner page. So that's what this inner page title bar message meant. So it means that you have to maintain one email. This is exactly how this particular template works. So it's still missing. Usually under general setting that tells you that how should your homepage look like? Should it follow the blog format or follow a static format? But I'm not saying, okay, here we go. So now it's telling me to choose one of the pages as my home page. Okay. So we have to go and create a page for home page. We know that our homepage is no more following the blog approach. It's blank, so I have to go to my homepage. Sorry, I go back here. Now the thing is, I've come to realize that depending on how you want to design your website, basically all the information you want to put on the home page, which is the front page, you can edit it here now. So if I think my homepage should have the normal write-up, I'm just trying to keep it straightforward and simple. Let me just pick up this write-up. If you think that you feel like you want to add an image somewhere within your write-up, this is, you just pick this add image icon. You go and look for the image as you browse for the image. Let's say this is the image I want. I'm satisfied with this. You want to transform this place to a gallery. If you want to have multiple images in one place, upload an image. So let's say I deliberately want to do what we have in that our initial design. And this is a perfect approach for the the images. So to put text and image, depending on what you are writing, you can put the amount of images there. If you are satisfied, you go to the next blog. If for any reason you need to bring in a frame, like what we did when we wanted to bring in our map. Let's say if it's one. And I want to embed this part of the code into my website. I just copy that one, go to where I want to put it. Usually when you want to add a blog, when you click on this plus sign, you can tell it that what you really want to add is an HTML or something that is embedded. So you can see, you're saying, oh, you want to embed YouTube, you want to embed something else. If I choose embed, enter the URL. So that part is either you switch to HTML, where you can add the entire code, which is this. Then you can add the entire code by yourself, and you're done with that part update. And once you refresh, it means that your code will be interpreted in this part of the page. So technically, everything around the footer, like this write-up and all that, can be managed directly from your theme under custom under your, when you see widgets. Widgets are all the additional plugins that are in your website. So widgets, but bottom 2, bottom 3, option info. You can see all the. This is footer 2, footer 3. That's what these guys are telling you. Footer 2, footer 3. So if I change the phone number to my phone number, in text, I say, oh, you should go to this email address. I will say Joy Construction. That appears here would adjust to what I just typed. So those are what the widgets cater for. These team members, there's a part of the website that will probably have the team members. When the plugin comes in, where you want to use it, that's where it shows. All these are the social media icons. So once you don't find something in the widget, you go back to customize. But customize has the unique areas that you probably want to cater for. So the top footer, you can see top footer section. That write-up that we're seeing here, top footer section, I can change it to a basic summary, something else. So one thing about WordPress is you would have to juggle around your footer. So all the social media links that are appearing there, I'll just put my own social media links. So if I want Facebook to click to HTTP, .com/Luabikoye. Social media icons, the ones that you don't want to show. I'm sure if you clear it, because you can't have all the social media icons, and sometimes you might not want to flog this part of the page with everything. So I guess why all of them is showing, because they just put something inside there. For the ones you didn't put anything inside, I'm sure if we refresh, it shouldn't appear. You see now, it only showed Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, because those are the ones that I had filled something. So by default, they deliberately just put those hash, so that you know that everything is working. So the ones that you probably don't want to use. So for every, so here you can see there's a logo here. Ouch. I might want to replace that logo with our company brand. So under, where did I see that? Footer settings, right? Yes. If I want to replace it with our company brand, if I go and browse for Holiday again, the one with transparent background. And let me see, I need to publish it. Because the logo is a black logo, that's why I can see. So most times, for most organizations, you probably have another version of your logo that can sit on that one somewhere. That can sit on a dark background. So that's another version of our logo. So if I publish now and I refresh, I'm sure the logo will be more obvious. So that one is very big, ridiculously big. So you can remove it if you feel that the logo is not necessary in that part. It goes away. So the Twitter feeds and all that, you can fill in those information from that. So the customized footer text is, I think this caters for the text at the bottom of the page here. So add something and you publish. So you try something, see it here. Okay, it's just to join. So this is where all these our copyright text comes in. care of. That takes care of that. But there's something you need to know. For this, have a premium and it's telling you to upgrade, it means that some of its features are deliberately not working unless you pay. So that's something about WordPress. It's not totally free. If you want to give somebody the best website, you've collected money. You are not writing code. Somebody has designed something somewhere. You just need to pay for it. So unlike blogs that you can get totally free, website templates are usually not fully free. We pick this one so that we can see how to manage the pages, set the menu. But I'm sure if we click on buy now, it takes us to the website of the person that owns the WordPress thing. We can get to read what are the features, you know, that what are the benefits of buying? What is the difference between this one that we've been using so far and the one. So this is where they will tell you to look at the live demo. Construction Pro is a responsive WordPress theme designed for construction-based company. Construction Pro is $55. You do your maths. That's almost it's less than 20K. So with you that have collected 150,000 from somebody, you are paying 20K to get. So it's telling you that your ability to customize the front page with all those beautiful things that all those sliders and everything. And the only thing that you just need to do is once you plug it in, all the options will show you. It will probably bring out the menu, tell you to, oh yeah, change homepage picture, change second picture, change the way it's telling you to change logo, change background picture, change. Maybe this theme color now, there will be 20 other options that you can use to further manage this website. So this is WordPress. The theme that you choose determines the layout. For some reason, I've sent this to the client and the client said, no, I don't like this thing. Well, if you use another thing for me, I don't like, I prefer me the all those websites when they are menu, they be like, all you just need to do as your web designer, nothing lost. You're not reinstalling it, you just go back to theme. So what some people do is before they do websites for their clients, they will first come to WordPress, go and look for WordPress themes that are online. Now send, so I can do like a screenshot. Let's say construction. I click on preview. I know the name of the theme. I just copy it, go to Google. There you say construction lights WordPress theme or whatever. It takes you to a website that will probably show you. Look at it here. I'll show you the theme and where the owner has published his website. I mean, sorry, his design. So I'll click on preview. Put it straight. Sorry, the same we should download it straight because we already have our WordPress open. What I'm trying to achieve is to create a screenshot of the home page. Like this place now, I can just do a screenshot of this place with my snipper. I'll be snippy. This page. It's to the client. Say, would you want your website to look like this? Say, I like it. I like the way this menu and everything is. So I just know that this is the theme I want to use. I can pick like 3 different themes. I say, man, send the way the website will appear to them. That you know, by the time you pick up that theme, customize, change 1 or 2 things like this one now. Let's say I want to change to this guy. We already have a theme running, we're just changing the theme. You just see that the website itself will jump on this new theme. Our pages, you see. The menu have arranged itself. The contact us. this is another website that we've chosen. Say, man, let me quickly customize this one better. So this one's customization says, this one is different from that other one. Now, compared to that first one, you know that first one had a pro that we should upgrade. This one is telling us that him is totally free. So enable the construction lifestyle front page. This is the front page of this website. I go back. I want to work with this one. I go to general setting. I go to site management. I want to bring in my logo. You know, my logo is already in the library, so I just insert. Website to tell you that you have the logo must be a certain shape and size. Right? I like my logo is sitting well. It's telling you display title, name, and tag. I don't want to display. I just want only my logo to be there. You know, this is the template. It's what the template permits. That's one thing you should know about WordPress. I come to header image. Should I give it a header image? It's telling me that the header image should be 1000 width by 120 by 250 height. I would have either, if you are not very good with graphics, you just have a graphics person take care of that for you. So you would have specified all the size that you want. That one is 1000. Is it 1000 and so by 250? 250. Maintain this design for them. So in that image. So you have the liberty to explore. So because you are just using WordPress for the first time, it might be slower for you. Even myself, no matter how good you are with WordPress, because you probably will be working with a theme that you've never used before. You can't be using the same thing for all your clients. When you're designing a website, you've used a theme before, you know how to use that theme. Another theme that you pick another time requires you to okay, I think the header part overwrites this one. But let's just publish. If the header is going to show anywhere, we'll see it from our design. So that's fine. Nothing is happening. So this header will work with the blog. Then it means that it's not working with the page. So I move on. We're going to customize. So you spend all your time in customize until you are satisfied, because this thing comes with its own customization. Now, the thing comes with a document. For easy use, you can go and read it. That's what this first thing is saying. But because I'm used to a lot of this back and forth of theme, like I said, primary color of the theme, you can change it so that the color is not far away from your brand. So you choose the color that is close to your brand. You get out of there. Background image, I don't usually play with that because there's nothing I want to do with the background image. So now, header settings, top header, it's telling you that you either have contact information, social media icon, left, right. I might want to fill in all this information so that it can show on the header part, because if you see the template, you can see. So now, because I filled all this, it just shows on the top of the page. Remember that the template that we chose has all these features. So now the website is building itself as I'm adding the content. Once you're satisfied, you leave there, you go to the next thing, home section, home page slider. Remember I said something about slider. So if I disable it, it goes away. If I enable it, it comes in. So now, banner slider page, I want to add the slider. Slider is, I don't know how to explain it to you. You remember when you visit the website, that homepage images that design, you want to have 3 sliders. So this is what I've just done. I brought in 3 boxes. So the first one, I selected that it has to be in the home page. I made it on the, you see, it tells me home. Enter the first button. Enter the first button. The first button is to say learn more. I want a situation whereby when they click on learn more, it now takes them to, you can see the learn more button comes, it now takes them to the about us page. Do you understand? So I want to open about us in a new browser so I can get the, when I'm on my website, I go to about us so that I can get about us, the about us link as it should be. So I put about us here. Enter second button text. You know, I can say contact us. Because the theme is all those things that has 2 buttons per slider. So I'm done with this first slider. That's what it means. I'm done with this first slider and I take it away. I put another slider still on my home page, or maybe there are sliders for different pages. I might want to put the slider on about us. But this second slider now is still on the home page. That's why you see the first one. But maybe what I want to talk about is view project. I put the link to that page. And maybe the second page is contact us again, so that anybody that views project can contact us. I put link to contact us page, so that way I can discard the hold on, sorry. That banner slider page settings. So if I'm satisfied with this, I go back. Now I'm sure this part of the page is telling you add something to it. Select feature services page. You put what you want to put there. Maybe there's an image or text that needs to go there. Now, for me, my singular advice is for one to go through the documentation of the template is installing. They would explain where this one should sit in, where this one should sit in. There's a, how do I put this now? The trick with WordPress is that for the theme that you choose, when you go to customize, the option that is exposed to you are the options that work on that page. It will not bring any option that is useless to you, and that's how you keep anything that looks like what you don't know how to go around with. You go and read the documentation for that particular theme and see where to cross correct. Remember, widgets are all those other things that appear on your page. Right widget, left widget, bottom, footer. You can always go to widget from your appearance menu. I prefer going from here. Why? Because this can tell me which widget I already have installed and the one that is not working with that thing. So similarly, there's nothing this particular theme, and this theme does not have a right sidebar, because that sidebar that creates a lot of confusion for website, because the sidebar always fits in for blog. So that's about it with WordPress. WordPress is about you selecting the theme that you want. Go through once you select the theme, you go straight to customize. You start adding value based on the content. You go to your pages, create all your pages down. It's always nice to leave them blank. You're just creating the pages so that you can add them to your menu. Once you've created the menu, it means that, well, you are ready to navigate from one page to another. Your WordPress, because I'm logged into WordPress, you'll be seeing WordPress here. Until I log out of WordPress, my system will keep doing this because he assumes that I'm the one that is the admin of the website. I'm logged in as an admin. So when I'm visiting the website, it shows like this. But when I log out of the WordPress, all these menus don't appear again. So it's only my end because I'm logged in that I see all this. So it's easy for me to say, oh, while I'm working on this page, I click on edit. It takes you to the WordPress part of it and takes you straight to the edit portion of the page. So you can see that display page layout without sidebar. This particular contact us page that we have is a display it on the left. Do full screen. This particular thing is giving you that flexibility because it has noticed that your contact us page was initially on the left, tilted to the left. But now that I take full screen, you can see how it is. The entire form just takes the entire full screen. So this is WordPress, and I'm sure if you start giving it a try, for those that are interested in giving it a try, I'll be available for further support. We just have to give you access to where you can log on and play around your own WordPress. So that is that. I'll be unmuting the volume to take questions and see how we can call this a wrap. Can you hear me?
Hello, Mr. Lee, can you hear me?
Can I hear you?
Peter, thank you very much for that. Where did you say we can read about one particular menu on WordPress? We want to know much more about the menu. Where do we click to know what?
Whatever theme you pick, this is it. This particular, when you go to customize, this is documentation. So if I view, we open on a new browser. Now this is the documentation for that template you downloaded. This is the document that explains how you can, what to do. It will tell you how to install the theme, how to plug in the options, where to click with pictures. So you can't get it wrong. You understand? It's telling you that to manage the title bar, this is where once you do it, it will change here. Once you do this, it will change here. So this is, you can see, this is the documentation for this particular template that we chose. So now, when you want to build a website, like website, not blog, you must have a budget of $55 to $100, because all the very nice WordPress theme that you can use are sold. Let me go. Let's say WordPress template that WordPress plug into. So if you want WordPress template, theme forest, and this website, for instance. So now, first thing first, if I want to design a website for somebody, I go to, before I even pay for domain and everything, I'll go through all these websites. Let's say I want to build a website for a real estate firm. It shows me all the real estate templates. I'll preview. Give me an idea of exactly how the template looks like. Do you understand? So let's say I like this one. You can see it's telling you that it's for how much? $59. You pay for it. Once you pay for it, you have full documentation and everything that comes with the template.
Okay.
Any other question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Well, do we also have some template that are not sold? Hello, Mr. Lou.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mr. Lou.
Okay, so you said,
I said yeah. Do we also have templates that are freelance?
Yes, like this one that we use as example, they are free. That's why we're able to install it and start managing it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do is when you are searching for template, you can be specific. Free construction, free WordPress construction template. And when you see the free option, you can install them. The only fear I have with free templates is that there are two things. One, multiple people would have used it. It's always nice that if a client pays you, you buy a paid template, because those that do free templates, what it means is that once you install that template, their codes will be running on your server. So it means that if the person tomorrow just wants to disturb your website and tell you that you pay also, you are using our template, there's something that they would have installed that maybe after a while your website can just be malfunctioning. And if your client tells you that I use that website that I like, you now start searching for help online. They will now tell you that you need to follow social person, follow one link. The person will say, if your website is malfunctioning, you pay $500. You now be looking at something that you have bought a professional template of $50. You're now paying $500 for. So as much as possible, when you're doing a professional website that is being paid for, don't go for a free template, no matter how nice it looks. All this one, they have what is governing them. There is condition, there is support. If your website, as a web designer said, if I'm using their template, it's secured. And once they are updating it, once they are upgrading it, and they notice that we need to update some things in our template, in our thing. Once they publish it, you are running a paid version, you get a notification. You know whether it's something you want to plug in or not.
Okay. So also,
okay.
After making use of the template and getting or in making your own design for the website, the next step is to host, right?
For the one that you built yourself, yes.
You said?
You would have gotten, if it's WordPress, you would have registered your domain and hosting. So you are working directly on your server. That's why I'm making
online.
It
okay.
Refresh. Yes, you're working online. So the corrections are taking effect immediately.
Okay. All right. Noted.
John.
Hello, Mr. Lou. Are you there? Yeah, please, I want to ask you this question. Let's say, for an instance, you are using a template and you decide not to use that template before. Is there a way you can easily change your template, right?
Particular class that we are now, we changed the template now. We were using the template before and wanted to change it.
That's what I noticed.
You don't need to, your menu, your pages would be intact. All you just need to do is to go back to theme. Let's install this template before I install this one.
Okay, first uninstall it.
Installed this template before I installed this one. These are the first templates we used, if you remember.
Yes. Yes, yes.
The reason why it's still here is because I have installed it. It's on my system. It's on my server. I can only activate. So if I click activate now, this one becomes the template. So once I refresh once I refresh the website, you just see that it has changed again to the template that we were before, which is this one. Home, about us, header. You can see. So if I need another template, I go to theme. So if any of my pages is not aligning well because of the way the template is, I'll just go to that page and edit the text to fit in. That's all.
Okay. But on the material you give us, we don't have that's what's before. Now it says you should download.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay, maybe on the school. W3 school is online now. I've added it to
is WordPress on it in W3 school?
No, it's not on it. WordPress is a different solution on it.
Okay. Thank you.
It's easy to learn. You just first understand the concept around it. Practice make perfect. That's all.
Mr. Lu. Hello, Mr. Lu. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Mr. Lu. Hello. Hello, Mr. Lu.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. And those tags, because I'm very much interested in really mastering the tags. Hello, are you hearing me?
Go on.
Yes. Is there any way, because in whatever you do, there are tools that are called frequently used tools. Understand that in any website you are building, there must be this frequency used tool. So let's look at it as frequency used tags. Is there any way you can compile some of those frequency used tags in a folder and send like one of our materials?
I think that sounds like a good one. Yes, I can do that. I'll do that. Let me just note it down. If you don't get it today, you get it tomorrow. Call it frequently.
All right. So use tags.
Yeah.
And what they are used for.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. I guess that will be the end of our 5 days web design training. Like I had stated, I am always available to support anyone that needs to and what is doing. This is my WhatsApp number. I dropped Muiwa's number too for support. This is my WhatsApp number. Check on WhatsApp. My email. I hope it's clear on the screen. It's lou@aledoi.com. So with this, I can always respond to whatever questions you have. And at least the engagement was there, and I know that one way or the other, knowledge is never lost. It's always very useful. Okay. So